What's up guys, Red6 here and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. So guys, in this video I'll be telling you guys how to beat rank rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale and a few simple steps and tips that I have found out whilst playing this game and obviously improving on the game, and just telling you some pro tips on how to improve and get better at Fortnite as well in general, and also how to win more games on solo, duo and obviously squad by taking out ramp rushes and the best possible ways to counter ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale. So without further ado guys, let's get straight into the video, which is going to be how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale. Let's get into the first tip right now. So guys, the first tip on how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale. So this is going to be a very important tip, and you should use this in every single game. If you don't, most likely you are going to get killed very easily and obviously die quicker than normal. So what you guys want to do is you want to go onto the house that you're going to land on. You want to get all the loot inside, and then you want to casually move outside, and you want to go to just destroy some trees. Any trees around the position where you are or the location where you are, just get some wood, and you want to get about 400 wood at the max, and then the rest of the wood or rest of the resources you can find by killing other people around the map on Fortnite. So this will guarantee you not getting shot in the back, which is a main thing in Fortnite, which happens a lot and is why most people die in Fortnite Battle Royale. It's because they get shot in the back and they can't do anything if they don't have any resources. So I suggest getting 400 wood around that kind of mark to actually start off the game. You can get 300 or something, it doesn't really matter how much you get, but just make sure you have some resources at the start of the game, so if you are getting shot at, you can start building up. And also, if people try and ramp rush you, you can counter their ramp rushing by building up into a tower about 3 high. And if you didn't have any wood at the start, you wouldn't be able to counter them, and you would obviously just die straight away because you won't have any resources to build around you, and you won't know where they've come from. So you can't tell your teammates on where where their position is, and it's very unuseful to have no wood at the start of the game, because most likely you are going to die very quickly if you don't have any resources. So that is going to be the first tip on how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale, is to get about 400 wood at the start of the game, so that you have an average amount of wood, so that you can go on to obviously build when you need to build. So guys, the second tip on how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale. So this tip is going to be a very simple tip, and it's going to be very useful when you are getting ramp rushed in Fortnite. So what you guys want to do is you want to have obviously your wood out, and you want to build up. So when you see someone trying to ramp rush you, they're obviously trying to get high ground. So obviously, like I've told a lot of you guys in my previous videos, is if you do have high ground, you're most likely going to win the gunfight in Fortnite. It's not kind of like, it's kind of a proven fact. Like, if you have high ground in Fortnite, you're most likely going to win the gunfight. That is why people ramp rush you. So if people are ramp rushing you, make sure to build a tower like the one I've just built here. And as you can see, I do have RPGs and I am shooting down on them all. So this guy did try and ramp rush, but I broke his ramp and then obviously shot down on him. So the next person I did try and find, because I didn't know where he actually was, and then I realized he was below me and I could actually finish him off as well. So RPGs and high ground will always win you a gunfight. I don't care what anyone says, RPGs are the most OP thing in Fortnite Battle Royale, and they will definitely win you like so many gunfights, it's unbelievable. So if you do build up when people are ramp rushing you, as you can see, that team did get annihilated by my RPG, and for the main reason that the RPG is so OP and it will help you out a ton in like Fortnite Battle Royale gunfights. So as you can see right here, I did build up 3 high. The people tried to rush us, and obviously they built up, but I shot their like tower down. So if you do have the high ground when people are trying to ramp rush you, they can't ramp rush you. They will literally have to come all the way to the top of your base before they can even try and get a shotgun shell onto you, or even try and RPG your base. So if you do have that high ground, if you do have an RPG, you will definitely win the gunfight, and I guarantee you that you will beat the ramp rushes very easily. So guys, the third tip on how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale is going to be to have this weapon I have right now in Fortnite. So it's going to be the RPG. If you have an RPG in Fortnite, most likely you are going to win the game. And I suggest giving the RPG, because they are rare, to one of your best players. Most likely there's only going to be about 3 of these on the map, or say 2. Some of them may not be found by people, but this is probably the most rarest weapon, more rare than the Scar, and it obviously shows why this is the most rarest weapon in the game. This RPG in this gameplay I'm showing you right now did like guarantee me the win, and then I did find another RPG later on, and if you find double RPGs in Fortnite Battle Royale, it's literally the most OP thing you can actually find in Fortnite, and will win you a ton of gunfights. So like I said, I suggest giving this to your most valuable player, and who is best with the RPG. So what I'm going to give you is a few tips on how to beat ramp rushes with the RPG as well. So what you guys will have to do is you will have to build up, obviously in a free like kind of base, which I built back there, so a 1x1, but build it about 3 high. So you want to build that base if you do see people ramp rushing you, and you want to get that high ground with the RPG. So once you do have that high ground and there's like say 4 opponents on the floor, what you guys will have to do is literally just jump up and start shooting down on them, and you will just judge where obviously people are. And as you can see, Harley did just give me a second RPG. So as you can see, you can do the double pump technique with RPGs as well. So if you do have 2 RPGs in Fortnite, it's the most OP thing, and to be honest, it can't be nerfed because of RPGs have to have a high amount of damage because they're an RPG. Like, that is the most overpowered thing that is in Fortnite. So as you can see right here, I do jump up into the base, I do get a hit on that guy, then I get a hit on this guy, and then I go over to here, I also get a hit on that guy. So I down them 2, and then I finish them both off, and I've taken out 2 people in a matter of 5 seconds with an RPG. So using your height advantage against people that are trying to rush you, and if they're ramp rushing, get that high ground and then shoot down on them with an RPG, and I almost guarantee you are going to win the game and win them gunfights and counter ramp rushes in Fortnite. So that's going to be the 3rd tip on how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale, is to have an RPG and give it to your most valuable player, who is going to be able to use it the correct way and get more kills with the RPG, and just take out the opponents by building up into a tower and then just shooting down. So that is the 3rd tip on how to beat ramp rushes. So guys, the 4th tip on how to beat ramp rushes in Fortnite Battle Royale is going to be very simple, and mostly a lot of people already probably use this tip. So what you guys want to do when people are ramp rushing you, to counter their ramp rushes, make sure to destroy the bottom plank of their wood, brick or metal. So if you do this and they get to the top of the ramp, they're obviously going to fall and lose a lot of health. So by doing that, you are countering the ramp rusher and also getting them down to lower health. So if they do try and ramp rush again, make sure to shoot the bottom of their ramp, so it will destroy the whole thing, and they will obviously be caused to drop down onto the floor, which gives you the high advantage once again, and also gives you a better chance of killing them and also their teammates. If you start building up higher than them, they will try and ramp rush you as fast as they can, but if they do get to you, make sure to keep building up and up and up. The higher you are, the better, and also if you do have a shotgun and attack, that's very OP to use as well. If they do try and get into your base, or if they try and obviously they do get to the top of your base, you can pull out your shotgun or RPG. Make sure you don't use the RPG up really close, otherwise you could blow yourself up and down yourself. So guys, that is going to be the 4th tip on how to beat ramp rushes, which is going to be to obviously shoot the bottom of their stairs where they're trying to build up, so that they actually take full damage and they lose a lot of health, so you can actually finish them off very quickly. So guys, the 5th and final tip is going to be probably one of the most important tips to use in Fortnite, and this nearly did win me a solo squads game because all my teammates did die and I was the last alive, and I took out about 4 squads. I took out 3 teams of 3 and then 1 team of 4, and this technique that I was using was very OP, and I suggest using this when you are getting ramp rushed in Fortnite, because most of these people in the squads were rushing me obviously because I was on my own, and they could see that I was on my own. So what you guys want to do in these situations, if you are on your own and people are ramp rushing you, so what you want to do is you want to have a pump and you want to have a tack. This tack and pump technique is very OP, and not a lot of people do use it in Fortnite Battle Royale, but it's very efficient and can get you quite a lot of kills and take out many squads if you are on your own in a solo squads game, or if all your teammates do die, or if 2 of your teammates die and you are left obviously in a 2v4 situation at the end of the game. So what you guys want to do is you want to have a pump and you want to have a tack. So you want to have the first obviously shot in the pump, and then you want to have the second shot in the tack, and obviously to finish them off with the tack if you do miss the pump shot. So what you guys want to do is you want to build up, and when they do try and ramp rush you, they're obviously going to run up the slope to rush you. So what you guys want to do is you want to try and shoot them with the pump. If you don't hit them with the pump, you want to switch to your tack, or if you do hit them with your pump, you might obviously kill them and down them. Then there'll be, say, 3 or 2 more opponents left. So them 2 or 3 opponents are going to still try and rush you. If they rush you one by one, all you guys have to do is pull out your pump again. You want to shoot one with your pump. If it downs them, great, you've killed that opponent too, and you've downed them. Also, another tip I want to give you is to not finish the opponents off. Make sure to just leave them on the floor, crawling about, because obviously it's going to give you more time to focus on the people that are actually still alive and rushing you at that moment in time. So you want to get out your pump and your tack, and then make sure to hit them with your pump first and then finish them off with your tack. And most likely this method is actually going to win you a lot of gunfights if you do have that height advantage, because they have to come up to you, and if you do hit them with that pump, you can kill them. And then if you don't hit them with the pump, you can finish them off with the tack. Or if you get that 120 hit, and then you can finish them off with your tack after. So that is the 5th and final tip on how to beat ramp rushers. If you did enjoy this video on how to beat ramp rushers in Fortnite Battle Royale, make sure to suggest it to some friends, and hopefully it can help them out and win more games, win more solo games, more squad games in Fortnite Battle Royale. So thanks for watching, guys. It's been Red Sizz, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.